anyway, we're recording now.
Are we recording?
Yeah, I'm saying let's dive into it. You had a good intro. What the fuck was it?
Oh, yeah. Let me get my
Sorry, that was probably too loud.
Dude, I screamed earlier, but I don't want to do it right now because it's real quiet because everybody's asleep in my house. But let me get my radio voice on. I don't think I have it anymore. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Nap Time Podcast, where we talk about life as an artist, comedy, and two schmucks talking about whatever the hell they want and whatever thing they think is funny. My name's Alex, and right now I'm joined by my co-host, Robert Lopez. So let's go ahead and just dive right into it.
Perfect. I fucking love how that was so buttery smooth.
I was stumbling. I was choking.
No, don't fucking sell yourself short. I'd lube my asshole with that butter.
Okay.
We're going to get the butter. So anyway. So I got a question for you.
Okay.
I've been fucking thinking about this for a while.
Yeah.
What do you wish your phone could do?
Like problems I have with my phone currently?
Whatever the fuck you want. If you wanted to like shoot a grappling hook out, or if you wanted to have like some, I don't know, some crazy fucking abilities, whatever the fuck you want.
Oh, okay. So we're talking about like if I could like shoot lasers out of it or something.
Anything you fucking want.
I wish that it could. I wish that it could give me like financial advice and tell me how to live my life.
Dude, those are actually some pretty good points. You know, they have apps for that, right?
They do.
They have the whole life. What was it? The Gamer Life app or some shit where actually you get achievements based on what you do. And like one was just like fucking drink water. It's actually pretty fucking helpful.
I tried one of those. Those are the ones that are like an RPG and then you try to organize yourself. I tried to do that to get myself on a schedule, and I just didn't feel like it because I every time I did it, I was like, how dare you? How fucking dare you tell me how to live my life? And so I just wouldn't do it. I was like, fuck your level 3 armor, you piece of shit.
Get level 3. I'm fucking 25 years old. I think I have everything fucking figured out at this point.
I'm a 20.
Who the fuck are you to tell me to drink water when I wake up?
I'm a 24. I'm a 20-something-year-old man who fucking lives at home with their grandparents. I think I got my life figured out. I don't need you micromanaging me. All right.
Don't sell yourself short. When you live with your grandparents, you don't rack up money. You can save that money. You don't rack up debt or nothing.
Too late. I already did rack up debt.
Oh my God.
$65,000.
No.
I put it in the wrong stocks.
Put it in the wrong stocks.
I put all the wrong stocks in the thing.
That's actually what I use Robinhood. That's what fucking Robinhood like allows. They allow you to pull out more money than you actually have.
That's kind of dangerous.
It's very dangerous. That's actually why the first major depression happened. Because they allowed people to do that. And then the stocks tanked and everyone wanted their money out.
Yeah, you know what? I was debating because I think next month I might actually buy stocks. And I was thinking about that. And one thing I was thinking about is getting a money market account. Because it's got better interest than a savings account. And I thought about it and I was debating on it. Because it looks like it looks very compelling. But I thought about investing in stocks and bonds. I was doing a little bit more research on it. And yeah, I think I might give like Robinhood another crack.
I really love Robinhood so far. I enjoy it immensely. I feel like it's so much easier than everything else that I've like tried looking into and doing, where there's all this sort of limits and all this sort of shit. But Robinhood, it literally like you hover over something and it explains to you like you're an idiot, which of course I am. So that works for me.
You know what the best part about this is? We're not even sponsored by Robinhood.
Oh,
I'm just like, yeah, Robinhood's rad.
maybe one day. Fuck if I know.
Hit us up, Robinhood. With our
No, they do this weird thing though, where it's like you put the money in, and no matter what, you can't take that money out for a month. And if you sell your stocks, that money has to remain dormant in your account for 1 month, and then you could pull it out.
You put the money in and it doesn't come out.
Yeah, no, it's fucking sketchy as fuck.
It's gone.
It's fucking gone.
It's gone. It's gone. You just lost it all.
But no, let me tell you what I would do with my phone if I fucking could.
Yeah.
You ever seen the movie Her?
I don't think I'm familiar with it.
Was it called Her? It was some sort of like plain word. But it's about this phone that has an AI in it. And the AI steadily develops relationships with the person. I would make a wife out of my phone if I could. That sounds so much easier. Like everything would just be 1,000 times easier. Be like, hey, babe, where the fuck do where do I go for fucking
where do I go for food? I'm hungry.
Fucking start doing some work online or some shit so you could make a second income for us. I'm trying to support us.
You sound so desperate there. I'm trying to support us. Please. I need Chinese food. I'm hungry.
Hook me up with honey or something. Those money saving apps. Like, Jesus Christ, I can't do anything else.
Do you want me to hit this beehive? I need honey. Do you want me to hit the beehive?
No, I'm talking about Honey, the app.
The one that saves you a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love how this fucking this first episode this episode of the podcast is just this big ass ad.
Dude, I don't even fucking know. Whatever. This is possible. This is possible content for whoever wants to sponsor us later on, I suppose.
We can just talk about products that we love. What was I gonna? It's possible. You could. They have apps like that, and especially in Japan, because you can get digital waifus.
Oh God, dude, I remember that. I freaked out about that 3 years ago. I actually saw a Kickstarter for that, and oh my God, it was really fucking incredible. Just like the guy came home and she popped up and she like commented on the weather and she had this whole like spiel talking to him and like he asked questions and then she just like, it's what we all thought fucking Siri was going to be fucking 10 years ago. We're like, oh, we're going to have a conversation with her. It's fucking beautiful, man. I wish.
Yeah, there's a dude who married his Nintendo 3DS in Japan.
What?
Yeah,
what?
He married his Nintendo 3DS.
What? That sounds so weird.
Yeah, it was.
Does it have an AI system in it? What does it talk?
Yeah, no, it's just like it's like a game, and he like fell in love with it.
Oh fuck! So it's like that Gravity Falls episode where Zeus falls in love with the fucking AI creature.
Yeah, I think that's what that episode was based on.
Ugh.
I weren't you just talking about? What do you mean? Did you say you wanted like a wife out of your phone?
Yeah, but I'm talking about like a highly advanced AI that is basically a person. You ever played Fallout 4 with the synths? They're basically people. They have thoughts of their own and dreams and aspirations. But when you fall in love with a game, that's where I draw the line.
Hey, man.
That's where I draw the line.
Hey, man. Love's love.
Yeah, you're right. As long as they're not hurting anyone, then I straight up don't give a fuck. Okay, so what are your rules? morals in this world nowadays. World's changing. People are going crazy. A lot of crazy shit's happening. Like people saying, fuck it, these are my civil liberties. I'm going to go out and fucking live my life. But they're infected with the coronavirus and they're endangering other people. What are your morals? Do you stand? Are you a eugenicist like Hitler? I shouldn't say like Hitler because quite frankly, I kind of align with the eugenicist route. Not entirely, because there are some civil liberties that should not be denied, but we could work with some shit, right?
Okay, so my question is are you asking if it's okay to euthanize people?
Actually, kind of, yes. It does come into that part.
Like the wait, could you rephrase the question? I'm sorry.
Oh fuck, it is so complex. This came so perfectly in my mind. I was like, okay, I'm going to start this topic. And then just no, my mind's just like bleh. Okay. Like let me give you a very basic question. Death row inmate.
Yeah.
His genes are proven to give off pure evil offspring.
Oh my God.
And there's okay, so I need to clarify. There's no science backing this. This is completely metaphorical. This is just so he will have absolutely evil babies that will want to do exactly what he does, which is rape, kill, murder, whatever he does. And there's no hope changing him.
So it's just like our science is like progressed to this point where it's just 100% fact these babies are going to be evil.
Yeah.
Like there's just we have the science to back it up.
Yeah.
And there's like
for a fact. Science fact.
And there's like no doubt about it.
Yep.
Okay. Keep going.
Do you kill him? Do you spay him or neuter him? Or do you just let him live his life because it is a human right, I think, to have babies and all this sort of shit. Like you can't strip that away from a person. But if you knew what he would become and what his children would become, and it's not based off of some sort of racial stereotype where it's just like, oh, he's Native American, he's African American, he's gonna have stupid, violent offspring. No. This is science based, which of course does not exist yet. But what if it did?
Well, what if it did? See,
I'm treading dangerously into incredibly racist territory. I'm sorry to be.
You're already there. You're fucking. You've taken a cannonball in there.
Hypothetical.
What would you do? You just want to reason.
You are at the helm. You are about to flip the switch. The governor has given you the crest to say, you do what you feel is right.
You do. Like he's giving me the whole clearance to fucking do it. I think the thing is like, well, you already said he's a death row inmate.
Yep.
So he's already guaranteed dead. Like, what did he do?
Murdered, raped, attempted genocide, terrorism. The worst of the worst. Whole 9 yards.
Well, I wouldn't let him breed anyways. It sounds like a fucking horrible person. I think the real question that'd be real fucking tough is how would you feel if you just saw like a morally upright man, just like a fucking a real Ned Flanders, just real stand up guy, real American hero, and but you find out because of that technology, you can find out that his babies are going to be the next Hitler. Would you pick that man up and needle gun his penis? Or would you let him go? Would you let him breed?
Oh God, that's a really good fucking question. Okay, you're asking me. Personally, I would castrate him.
You castrate him?
No, not castrate. I'd leave his penis because he's a good person. He needs to feel pleasure, whatever the fuck it is. Everyone has their own fucking whatever floats your boat. But I would neuter him. Like, and I'd fucking do it personally. Like, if you know his babies, Like, fuck yeah. Would you not kill Hitler? Would you not save those lives? Would you not prevent Donald Trump from coming into the world? No, I'm joking. He's not a terrible person by any means. He actually does a lot of great things.
Oh my God.
Not a lot of great things, but some great things. But if you're in the position, and this is a very kind person, terribly sorry. I'm gonna have to set him down. I'm gonna have to talk to him. Be like, hey, your babies are gonna be fucking demogorgons. I need you to unzip your pants, because you're gonna adopt from now on. If you ever want a child, you're gonna have to adopt. If he's truly a good person, hopefully he will understand at that point. Be like, oh yeah, I'll see the signs right now.
Let's hear.
Ain't no babies coming out of these nutsacks. No, sorry.
Let's see. Hold on. Let's pause this real quick, actually.
Okay, it's paused. We can cut this out. You see, in the dark times, a man once formerly named Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, Amen, the Spirito Santo, a nome di Patri, the Spirito Santo. He found a way to carve the mental mindscape of a human being, and this created a baby child born in Germany. He was risen from the ashes like a fucking phoenix in desperate times. And Jesus said to the world, this will be the son that saves you. And that boy was named Adolf Hitler. But you see, Adolf Hitler, no ordinary boy, was raised by dastardly people. His pure spirit was corrupted by the violent and terrible essence of the Germans. You see, Hitler was never evil. It was always the Germans. We thought we stopped the evil when we stopped Hitler, but nay. We merely allowed the Germans time to respite. And now the Germans roam free, hiding in the shadows like the Falmor of Skyrim. Biding their time.
Okay, sorry about
until the day that they come
that. You're still recording?
You need to fucking listen to that. I went off on this whole tangent.
God. Wow. Way to keep it going.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I just come back. I still hear this. Like, oh my God. Wow. Huh. That's impressive. You just ripped for like 5 minutes.
No, I only did it in the past like 2 minutes. I waited for a while in silence.
Well, you paused at 15 minutes and now we're at 20.
Oh no, I couldn't pause. I can't pause this. It only says stop. There's no chance to pause it. So I just let it go. But don't worry, we'll cut it out. I'll edit it out.
We can edit it out. We could put something in. Jesus, I said we could put in like 4 times. We could put in like a skit. I mean, we could put a little like ad break. We could put a nice little like scream.
You want to do a little ad break for gamer bread and a healthy dose of screaming?
This ad was brought to you by gamer anal enemas.
This ad was brought to you by Gamer Bread.
This ad to you is brought to you by Lobotomy by Whataburger. Presented by Whataburger.
You know what? Now that's just ridiculous, Dalen. Why would that be an ad? Why would that be a thing?
Okay, would you rather have every morning your fingernails be like ripped off with like a pair of pliers, or would you rather just have like look and they would grow back like that night and you'd have to have them ripped off again, or would you rather have a lobotomy?
Oh, fuck. That's a bad one. You know, my fingers are going to keep getting infected. And not only that, but I'm sure rapid growth like that has to be excruciatingly painful.
No, you just feel it. They just pop in.
Okay. So I need you to remove yourself as the question asker. And I need you to answer my next following question as just a normal person, as just a person who would, fucking think of me as a normal person. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say fingernails. And then what I do is I chop off my fingers. Will I be allowed to do that?
Yeah, I'll allow that.
I'd have to keep like the fingers on my fucking right hand just so I could draw. This is going to suck. Wait, what was the other one?
You just get a lobotomy.
Oh, then I definitely can draw. I don't think I could do anything. So yeah, you know what? Oh, fuck it. I'll suffer for my art. I will, because I like to fancy myself a writer. I like to fancy myself an artist. I like to think that I have something to contribute to the world. So I'm gonna fucking eat crow. I'm gonna not dodge the bull. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna fucking fry my fingernails out every morning. That is so hell. That is like such a shitty situation to be in. What would you choose?
See, I think the tough part is I think the pain would be so excruciating. I don't think I want to draw anymore. But see, it's definitely really hard to weigh the choice between a lobotomy or getting your fingernails ripped off every morning.
Because depending on what kind of lobotomy, that's like there's actually some lobotomies where you will come out basically the same, and there are some lobotomies where you will just be in a comatose vegetable state, and it all depends on a fucking fraction of a centimeter. That's all it takes.
What kind of lobotomy would you go for?
The best one. I've actually researched this. I've told you about this. I've considered getting a lobotomy. Not like actually considering getting a lobotomy, but I was like, what would it be like if I actually got a lobotomy? Because I fucking watched what was that one movie with Leonardo DiCaprio about the lighthouse or some shit where he's on the Shutter Island. Yeah, where he gets lobotomized at the very fucking end. No, you want the one that goes through your eye, between your eye and your nose. It hits the frontal cortex, and it basically just changes your mood. But like I said, a fraction of a centimeter, and you will come out retarded. You will come out, I want ice cream. Just like, it's not going to be pretty.
I don't think
it's going to be very terrible. And like, I've thought about like, what would my life be like if that happened? It's just like, that's not a life worth living for me personally.
See, that's a hard one. See, like again, that I definitely want the one. I kind of want the one where I'm like a vegetable, or I guess I guess the one that like makes me less angry. That'd be kind of nice. See,
you basically come out with autism, where like everything it doesn't feel different, but you are definitely different, and you don't act like how you're supposed to, but no one can quite pick up what's wrong with you.
that doesn't sound too bad.
No, I don't think it's too bad.
Because I'm sure it's just a little prick in your eye, and you just boom, you're just fucking riding the fucking pony. I don't know.
There's also the fucking version where they take out like a fucking tenth of your brain. They take out a chunk. your frontal cortex. They just cut your brain, you cut your skull open and literally take out a giant chunk. Oh, it's not fun. I also know in my Boy Scout troop, I had this really good friend back then, and he had a brain tumor, and they basically had to, it was a form of lobotomy because they had to cut out some brain, and it just impacted physical abilities, and it was just, oh,
You're not talking about right?
Way to oust him.
Oh.
We will bleep that, don't worry, but yes.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, no, I remember that guy. I remember that guy. Don't worry.
He was pretty regular too.
No, he
wasn't like very obviously. Well, he was obviously affected, but he wasn't. His mind was there, and that's the number one thing I look for if I want to get lobotomized. Is I still want my mind to be there. I fucking love that. Like, are you talking about?
I was just trying to figure out because I don't know. Yeah, I know he was. Well, you just said his name.
I'll bleep it out again. I gotta bleep out all this other shit. All you're gonna hear is bleep, 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 bleep.
Yeah, you know what? He was a nice guy. You know, he was. I think one of the things is he still functioned like a normal. I treated him like a normal person. I was like, hey, how's it going? He still fucking swung. I remember there were times he got you in pretty fucking yeah. He was
so savage.
He was savage as fuck, dude.
Oh man, I think that was just like how you get raised when you're in that type of lifestyle. When you live a certain type of life, people treat you a certain way because they certainly did treat him a certain way. Because they acted like he was fucking retarded, which he wasn't. He was a completely functional human being, except for some physicalities. So for some physical aspects.
Yeah.
And then he just got so used to that he fucking started swinging. You remember that deaf kid or that deaf man here at this school? He was just deaf. There was nothing else wrong with him. But he turned out to be a freaking creep.
He would like watch people sleep.
He watched women sleep.
He hit on me a couple times.
You told me about that.
Yeah, dude, he hit on me.
What the fuck is up with the world today? No, it's all fine with sexuality. Whoever you want to do, you could hit on whoever the fuck you want, but just don't walk into their room while they're sleeping and then watch them sleep.
Why not?
That's the only part. Because that is a complete. Why not? Hey, I'm not hurting anybody, am I?
Not causing any problems, am I? You're such a fucking prude.
Oh, okay. Oh, so that's actually a good question. We're going back to the whole morality thing.
I don't know if it's a good question. I think it's just
is that wrong? He gets pleasure out of it. They don't notice. Doesn't hurt them.
No.
Is it wrong?
I don't think that's a morality question. I think that's just wrong.
All right. Okay. You passed the test.
Passed the test.
Dude, I tossed shit like that at our friend. I'm going to bleep out his name right now. And I'm bleeping out both their names. But they gave me some different answers. Which was quite an early warning sign about them.
Well, I don't know. I think it's just like it's common knowledge. Like it just should be just
it's common decency, especially.
Well, it's just like you got to respect people's spaces, and you just can't be doing stuff without people's consent because that makes you a fucking weirdo. You can't be looking like a fucking weirdo, man.
Okay, so our friends, the people that I mentioned prior that I'm bleeping out, one of their responses was, well, what they don't know doesn't hurt them. So as long as the other person gets pleasure out of it, then it's fine because someone's benefiting and no one's missing out or like hurting. What do you say to that?
That really makes me that makes me grossed out.
Right?
Oh, that makes me really grossed out. I don't like that.
I try to think about it. Okay, I really do. I really do try to think about it from their perspective, where it's like no one is actually hurting, and someone is actually benefiting in some sadistic, sick way. Someone is actually benefiting.
No. That's not. It's not right at all. I can't. No, I can't. Oh no.
Okay,
That's
Dalen. You passed the second test.
Yeah.
But no, it is irredeemable.
No, that's very disturbing. It's very disturbing. Especially to
I think
hear
it's
that.
the sympathy. It's the empathy and the sympathy in me, where it's like I don't want that shit to happen to me, so I will fight. Because I would golden standard. I would hope if someone knew that someone was doing that to me, they would fight the other person and say, "You're not doing that to them, to him anymore." And then I would fight on their behalf and say, "You're not doing to that person anymore." Words are getting so jumbled, but no, it's so fucking.
If they say it like that, I really don't want them to be my friend. Oh my goodness.
There are people like that in the world.
I don't
the
like
people
that.
who record people in hotel bathrooms. The people who record people in public bathrooms everywhere. This is a huge thing. This happens a lot. And their justification is what they don't know is it won't hurt them. Like, as long as they don't find out, then no one's suffering.
Man, dude, this conversation took a really weird fucking turn.
We could take this conversation any fucking way we want. This is all for fun, man.
See,
we can do whatever the fuck we want.
I don't know. So for me, for that, it's just, I think my reasoning behind it is that people have a right to their own privacy, and people have a right that their personal spaces are respected. I think one of the things that makes me really mad about it is when somebody's like disempowered because of it. It's, for me, it feels very oppressive when somebody has that power over someone else, or does that, takes advantage of somebody else like that, and it's just not fair. I guess in that sense, it's not. Not only is that not fair, but it's definitely not morally right, because that's just it's not right for somebody else to be making that person feel like that, and it's also just really disgusting. It's also just a really disgusting thing to do.
Okay, so you said the power, holding the power over someone. What kind of power did you mean? Like the ability to walk in while they're not noticing, or something?
Yeah, like what? How would you feel if a weird man just walked in every night and then just like spit in your ear?
That would be incredibly disturbing.
And like,
because I'd feel so vulnerable too.
You feel vulnerable.
It's like he could have slit my fucking throat. There's that primal instinct that says anything could have happened.
Yeah, you're at that person's mercy. And it's like, and like when you think about it, and you know what's even scarier is, no matter how much like you change your locks and stuff like that, he keeps getting in and spit in your ear.
Oh God, if that happened, like I'd have to hunt him down. I'd have to set a stake out. Like I'm gonna take him down.
I'd have to get him before he gets me. Exactly.
That's the type of mentality. Like I'll spend like 5 years in jail. How much would a murder for that type of person be? I don't think it matters the type of person. I think it's just murder anyway.
I think it's just murder.
Okay, I'll cripple him. How many years is that? I'll make sure he has no arms and legs. I amputate him. That's got to be. Oh, that's
you make him.
That's got to be 20 years. You make him a fuck nugget.
You make him a fuck nugget.
Oh God, I fucking looked that up. Oh Jesus, I thought that was a joke. Fucking watch that off. What was that video that you showed me? The the abridged of Attack on Titan.
Yeah, he's like,
you double deckered fuck nugget.
Shrimp dick fuck nugget.
You shrimp dick fuck nugget. I didn't think that was real. I thought that was just like, I was like, oh, that's so fucking funny.
It's so funny. He said fuck nugget.
So it combines the word nugget with fuck, which is, of course, a very comedic stance.
Which is real hot.
There's actually some people into that. Oh, there's even people into amputating.
Oh, yeah, they're into amputees, yeah.
Not only people who are like, they want their own arms taken off.
What? No, I didn't know that was a fetish where you just want to take off your own fucking limbs. What?
Okay, so there's oh shit, I'm gonna have to debrief you. There are people. Okay, Dalen, my little baby boy.
You're like that dad that's got to break like the birds and the bees to their son, but this time it's just like fucking amputee fetishes.
Yeah, and I know I have to have this conversation with my own child one day. So your practice. So baby boy, there are some people in this world who sexually like women, who sexually like men, who sexually like people of the same sex. And there are some people who sexually like to have their limbs removed. And there are some people in this world, baby boy, who sexually like to have their flesh cut off of them while they're still awake, not under any anesthesia or anything. And little baby boy, they like to watch people eat that flesh.
Oh my god.
And it gets them off. You've never heard of that?
No, I've heard of that. I've never gone out of my way to find it.
There's a term for that. Is sexually it's a philia. It's a kink. It's sexually linked to watching people eat your own flesh. It's called cannibophilia or some shit like that.
Is that vor?
No, vor is like that anime shit where like someone ingests you and it looks super anime and like DeviantArt-esque. That might be linked to vor. I don't know. Oh my god, vor. Let's talk about the styles of vor. Okay, Dalen, you know I used to be a very big fan of DeviantArt, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh shit. And I told you about that time that I got hired by an older man when I was 15. And I'll never forget this. And I think he wanted me to draw Naruto. And I was like, I love Naruto. He's like, yeah. Bet you do, big boy. I bet you do. So I want you to draw him with his toes out and his feet just right up in the camera.
Oh my god.
And I was like, okay, heck yeah. That's a pose.
Fuck yeah.
He just wants a pose.
I can get behind that.
I can get behind that.
Oh Jesus, I can't.
So I'm fucking drawing it. And the whole time he's just messing, like it took me a week to draw it because I was a slow artist back when I was 15. He was just like, so you like to talk? You like to talk when you're drawing? You sure? Hell yeah, I'm ready to make some friends. Fuck yeah. I don't have many friends on DeviantArt. He's like, yeah, you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me, boy.
You like kissing?
No, he didn't even say that. That would have been that would have been normal.
I thought you said
that would have been normal pedophilia if he was like, you like kissing? No, instead he was like, so do you sleep? The first fucking question he asked is, so do you sleep with your socks on or your socks off? Me? I'm a socks on kind of guy.
Oh, he's getting spicy. Ooh.
Oh, and I just remember canceling the whole thing. I was like, okay, you could have your money back, and I'm not going to draw this. And he was like, okay, you're overreacting. And then I just never responded to that.
You're overreacting. He blames you. He's like, it's your fault.
That's what a lot of fucking rapists do. Is they fucking what is it called? They gaslight. They gaslight immediately. You're overreacting. Why are you acting like this? Fucking Joe Rogan had a similar story. Holy shit. Have you listened to Joe Rogan's whole he had a segment in a podcast about like running into several child predators when he was a kid. Oh my God. We are so lucky nowadays because that shit was scary back then. That was real child pedophilia, like get in my van, I have candy in the van type of shit. Jesus. But so I got to talk about vor. So there's the typical vor where the female eats the male and then is digested into the system.
Yeah.
And then there's the second vor where the female ingests the male and the male becomes a baby and she births out and she raises it as her own.
That's so fucking trippy.
That's wholesome. That's wholesome to me. Because you know what the third type is? The third type is the female is a hermaphrodite and she's got a big dick and balls. And instead of ingesting the man in the normal way, she shoves the man through her dick hole into her ball sack where he is broken down and reconstituted as semen. And there are a literal just fuck ton of crosses between all those. It gets trippier and it gets trippier as it goes.
I'm glad we took this journey together, Robert. I feel a lot closer to you, buddy.
That's why I said it. Why the fuck do you think I'd bring it up, man? This is supposed to bring us together. The whole traumatic event is what brings us closer together.
Is what brings us closer together. That way we can watch children getting eaten and then pooped out into semen.
Oh God, that is a lot of art. That is a lot of art.
I think that's a good end to this episode. I think we should just leave it at just vor.
Google it. Everyone listening, Google it. Okay, you won't be disappointed. Don't Google it if you okay, I'm gonna list it off. If you have an easy gag reflex, if you're disgusted by semen, feces, blood, vomit, don't Google it then. But if you have a strong stomach and if you're really curious, it's a rabbit hole that does not stop. And you can request pieces from people on any famous character like Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory being eaten by Sonic the Hedgehog and then shat out as a cum dumpster baby and raised into his twilight years. You could it's so amazing. It's beautiful and disgusting at the same time. It's like life. It's like actual birth. It's like actual babies. Just give it a Google. And if you have the money, donate to your local art community. DeviantArt, not supported, not funding this segment, but thank you.
That really was beautiful, Robert. That was really beautiful, and I'm glad you brought this up. I'm glad you brought this to the public's attention.
It was only time.
I really think it was necessary.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a hard time sleeping tonight, but thank you.
Sleep like a baby.